The Amityville Curse has just been released on a special edition Blu-ray from one of Vinegar Syndrome's partner labels, Canadian International Pictures. I actually hadn't seen this one since the days of VHS video stores, so how does this obscure 1990 Amityville sequel hold up? Let's find out. The Amityville Curse opens with a priest being murdered in a confessional booth. We flash forward 12 years later, and we get a moody shot of the iconic Amityville house. Wait a second, that's not the Amityville house we all know and love. But is it actually supposed to be the Amityville house? Maybe so, but in the context of this film, I really don't think it is. But more on that later. So a group of friends purchase the house for a steal of a deal and decide to move in, fix it up, and flip it for a higher price. Right off the bat, strange and creepy things happen. Okay, forget the demons. If this thing is loose in my house, I'm out of there. Our lead, Debbie, has psychic dreams and visions connected to the house's tragic past, and we get a lot of creepy scenes with her wandering around in the middle of the night. Now, I don't want to spoil things, but the death of the priest comes into play, and apparently the actual confessional booth that he was murdered in was taken to the house and stored in the basement, along with his personal effects. Now, it is kind of weird that it would be stored there, but they do mention that the church was shut down after the murder. So things worsen and people start dying as we finally learn the truth about the priest's murder. I didn't remember much about this movie, as I hadn't seen it since probably 1991 or so, when my parents rented it for me from a place called Video Warehouse. I remember enjoying it back then, but being a little disappointed that they didn't use the iconic Amityville house. But here's the thing, this can be viewed as an entirely different haunted house in Amityville. Now, the real-life murders are mentioned in passing here.
Since that boy killed his family, he was possessed. This town is full of a lot of strange things.
My interpretation is that this is a different house, and it's got a different history. I mean, look, it really doesn't matter one way or the other. I just think it's kind of fun viewing this as a separate story that takes place in the cursed town of Amityville, and it's a solid movie. I love the direction and atmosphere. It's a bit slowly paced at times, but it's never boring. The cast does a good job, and it's cool seeing Kim Coates in an early role. The guy has done tons of film and TV work over the years, and I'd actually forgotten he was in this. The direction by Tom Barry is fantastic, along with the score and the special effects. Again, I don't want to spoil anything, but we get some great stuff during the climax, including melting faces and nail gun action. This was a Canadian-produced horror film, and back in the day, those crazy Canadians gave us a ton of horror classics. And I had a lot of fun with this one. I'm actually shocked that the user rating on the Internet Movie Database is so low, but it's just another reminder that you can't go by user ratings or critics' reviews when it comes to movies. Go in with an open mind and make your own judgment. And this one, I have to say, is a real gem. The movie was scanned in 2K from the original camera negative, and it looks excellent. It can be a bit grainy at times in some of the darker scenes, but this restoration really brings out the beautiful lighting and set design. Only a single audio option is included here, a 2.0 DTS HD track, and it sounds fantastic. I especially love the creepy, atmospheric sound effects of the interior of the house. It makes everything so much creepier and fun. A thick cardboard slipcover is included with this release. Reversible art is included as well, with that nice original VHS artwork I remember from the video store. It also includes a cool little booklet with writing on the film and a neat little comic strip. I love this stuff. We've got a nice collection of special features here. There's an audio commentary and 4 interviews, one with director Tom Barry, star Donna Whiteman, and a 2-part interview with cinematographer Rodney Gibbons. The interviews range from 11 to 16 minutes each and provide some nice details on the making of the film. Director Tom Barry's comments on Amityville author/investigator Hans Holzer is especially interesting. Now, I do wish we had gotten a full-on making-of documentary and some trailers and promotional material, but what we got here was still solid. I highly recommend picking up this forgotten and obscure Amityville film. I had a ton of fun revisiting this, and the nice special features, along with excellent picture quality and sound, make this a must-own.